Hey guys, it's Quana back again with another Wednesday night watch party, Wicked Wednesday. And I hope you guys can hear me okay. um, Tonight is a very special night because this is our first ever full on watch along movie on screen, us watching the movie together in one place. If you'd like, you can still watch this movie pretty much on every streaming platform because it is in the public domain, but we're going to be watching it here on the channel. And I'm so very excited because this is my first time watching Night of the Living Dead. Despite being a hardcore zombie girl, I love zombie movies. I love World War Z. I love The Walking Dead. So I could just go on and on. So many zombie movies that I absolutely love and adore. And yet, somehow or another, I have managed to stay away from probably the true OG, unless we're counting Frankenstein. Um, and that is George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead. And so that's what we're watching today. It came out in 1968. So lucky for us, it is in the public domain. One of the better quality movies, I should say, or at least that's what I hear. One of the better quality movies that is in the public domain. And so we're going to be watching that tonight. And I'm so very excited. But please let me know in the comments how you guys are doing this evening. Happy Wicked Wednesday. Yeah, I'm so very excited. Though you can't see my my name tag right there because I was playing around with the graphics, trying to give us something to look at on screen. And so as I was doing that, and not everything came out perfect, but I think that, we should still have a good time. Um, I'm doing great, Darfalina. Thank you for asking. I'm very excited about this particular movie, and I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that all works out well. I downloaded the movie so that we could watch it, hopefully with better imaging and with not as much lag. And so I'm keeping my fingers crossed because this is the first time for me, and hopefully, like, it doesn't sound at any alarms over on YouTube. Like, hello YouTube, I did put it in the disclaimer, put it in the description that this is copyright, but fair use. But not only that, this is in the public domain, so hopefully it doesn't set off any alarm as well. But I'm doing good. Tonight was a big night for me and my family because our two oldest kind of had their elementary school graduation, and our youngest is going up to the 5th grade. So that's very exciting. And we had family here today, and they're so excited because their last day of school is coming up. So they're ready to just like break free and celebrate. And I'm like, okay, but mommy has her watch party tonight. So y'all go ahead. Y'all go to bed. Y'all still got school tomorrow though. But yeah, I've been so behind on everything other than, of course, the things that have been taking up my time in terms of movie and TV shows, which have been The Last of Us season 2 finale and The Handmaid's Tale series finale. If you've seen either of those, let me know your comments without giving too many spoilers away. I did a live discussion with Tyra from Struggle Reviews, Ashley from My Sweet Perspective, and Dom from Screen Static, which is on the channel. You can watch that, where we talked about The Last of Us season 2 finale. And then I did my Handmaid's Tale series finale kind of breakdown, discussion, review, kind of all in one. I still have some more Handmaid's Tale material that I'm going to be trying to get out over the next few days as I just sit and live with this series that has been such a part of my life. But other than that, I'm doing good. If you catch this video and you jump in, please hit the like, please hit the subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I need to build that up as well. And we are on the road to 2K. I'm literally if I had the little countdown clock, I would tell you I am like 69. Can I do math? Is that correct? 69 subscribers away from hitting the 2,000 mark. So share this video, share the live, share any of the videos that you've seen of mine that you particularly love. If I've covered one of your favorite movies and you thought it was good, share it. And let me know if you're having any sound issues as well. I found out that there was like a sound issue that's happening with my editing software. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. As of right now, I am becoming very familiar with editing on my phone and trying to do a lot of one takes that require very little so that I can just upload them straight from my phone, because something funky is going on with my film editing software and I am not happy about it at all. But aside from that, all is good. Okay. All right, but we're just going to get into Night of the Living Dead. I do want to give a brief synopsis. Okay, so Night of the Living Dead is a horror sci-fi film. It is 96 minutes long, and it came out in 1968. It's directed by George A. Romero, and the sequel to this is Dawn of the Dead. The budget was $114,000, and it ended up grossing $30 million. Wow. Of course, I think what it's most famous for, aside from being an independent zombie movie by George A. Romero, is that it is one of the first mainstream, because there are some smaller independent, even though this was considered an independent film, there's some smaller, what they would call like movies from like the 1930s, 40s that had horror leaning or supernatural leaning. Synopsis that had like all black cast, but this is the first where you had a black lead or a black hero in Dwayne Jones. And the Walking Dead fans know that Dwayne Jones in The Walking Dead is named after this Dwayne Jones, the actor who plays the character here. All right, definitely let's see what you got. I saw this for the first time after Tony Todd passed, and I think that is so appropriate. Like I said, I've not seen it yet, so this will be my first watch through. But Tony Todd is certainly groundbreaking in the realm of Black horror leads, and one of the first Black villains in like a mainstream franchise, and became just a complete juggernaut in the horror industry, because he struggled to find work in the mainstream film industry. And so horror was where he was most embraced. RIP to Tony Todd. I just recently saw Final Destination. I still have to do the review for that. That'll be coming out soon. But yeah, like this is definitely like, I think, horror royalty right there with Tony Todd. So I'm excited. All right, so fingers crossed. Let me know in the chat if there are any issues with the viewing, because we're going to just get started. And I'm going to put these comments on screen so that I can make this big enough for me to see as well. Night of the Living Dead. Screenplay by John Russo and George Romero. Wonder where is this from? Oh, this is set in Pennsylvania. How did I not know that? My mom's whole side of her family pretty much from Pennsylvania. Oh, I can hear the music and the influence on this had on Michael Jackson's Thriller.
They ought to make the day the time changes, the first day of summer.
What?
Well, it's 8 o'clock and it's still light.
A lot of good the extra daylight does us. Now, we've still got a 3-hour drive back. We're not going to be home until after midnight.
Well, if it really bugged you, Johnny, you wouldn't do it.
You think I want to blow Sunday on a scene like this? You know, I figure we're either going to have to move Mother out here or move the grave into Pittsburgh.
She can't make a trip like this.
Oh, you know that she can't. Is there any of that candy left?
No.
Look at this thing. We still remember. I don't. You know, I don't even remember what the man looks like.
Johnny, it takes you 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes to put the wreath on the grave and 6 hours to drive back and forth. Mother wants to remember, so we trot 200 miles into the country and she stays at home.
Well, we're here, John, all right?
Test. Back on. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming back on the air after an interruption due to technical problems.
I love when you watch something that you can see inspired so many other things. Like I'm just looking at this and thinking about the connection between this and Rocky Horror Picture Show.
It in?
No one around.
Well, it's late. If you'd gotten up earlier.
Oh, look, I already lost an hour's sleep on the time change.
I think you complain just to hear yourself talk. There it is.
Never Rocky Horror? Never seen it, or just never that? Oh, never seen.
I wonder what happened to the one from last
favorite.
year. Each year we spend good money on these things. We come out here and the one from last year's gone.
Well, the flowers die, and the caretaker or somebody takes them away.
Yeah, a little spit and polish. You can clean this up. Sell it next year. Wonder how many times we bought the same one.
Oh, he is a cheapskate. I don't want to remember your daddy.
Hey, come on, Barb. Church was this morning, huh? Hey, I mean praying's for church, huh? Come on.
I haven't seen you in church lately.
Well, there's not much sense in my going to church. Do you remember one time when we were small, we were out here? It was from right over there. I jumped out at you from behind the tree, and Grandpa got all excited, and he shook his fist at me, and he said, "Boy, you'll be damned to hell." Remember that? Right over there. Well, you used to really be scared here.
Johnny,
You're still afraid.
stop it now. I mean it.
Okay, Sue and Johnny Storm.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Oh no, that's where that line comes from.
You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're acting like a child.
They're coming for you. Look, there comes one of them now.
He'll hear you.
Here he comes now. I'm getting out of here.
Johnny!
He is a horrible brother.
Oh! No! No! Johnny! Help
I mean, don't just stand there, pull up a shoe or something. Help your brother a little bit. Girl, you can't help Johnny a little bit? Like, it's 2 against 1. Oh, dang, Johnny. You just watched your brother get killed. I mean, he was kind of trash, though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if that's just this copy of it or if that's how the zombies were very conquerable. Very! These are fast moving zombies, though. Well, he must have been a freshman. He don't got no decay or nothing. I mean, he got his good eyesight and everything. He got his good eyesight and everything because he knew how to pick up that rock and throw it. And she's slow motion driving. He is I mean, astrophysicist zombie for real. That's what it's giving. Girl, you too busy looking behind you. You done crashed the car. You could have been going. What is going on with my sound? Let me know if the sound is low for you as well. Because I will, if necessary, I will just switch the film on. The sound is okay? Okay. Okay, I can hear it. Hey, Mona. Yeah, we hot public domain tonight. Okay, Barbara, get it together, honey. This is a smart behind zombie. I'm gonna tell you what. Y'all know how zombies do brains, we brains as a when they smell our brains. Okay, Barbara, I'm gonna need you to strategize quickly. Find a room in the house that has a door that's like interior room. Like they gotta go through some walls to get to you. I'm glad you got a knife though. You know, door right there. Honey. Okay, black man.
It's all right. Don't worry about him. I can handle him. Probably be a lot more of them as soon as they find out about us. The truck is out of gas. This pump out here is locked. Is there a key? We can try to get out of here if we can get some gas. Is there a key? I suppose you've tried this. Do you live here? Jesus.
Y'all worried about the wrong thing because she not even moving.
We've got to get out of here. We have to get to where there's some other people. Maybe we better take some food. I'll see if I can find some food.
That's some sticky blood right there. Cell shop. I need some self-preservation to kick in.
What's happening?
Two of them. There are two of them out there. Have you seen any more around here? I can take care of those two.
I don't
I know you're afraid, but we have
I
to...
don't know! I don't know! What's happening?
I appreciate what you're doing, Mr. Black Man, but you ain't even have to go outside for real. That's because they just came out of the grave. They was in their Sunday finest. They was in their funeral best. Bro, you sitting here, oh my word, I can't. Not you done dropped the crowbar, bruh. There we go. Oh, well, how did he die? Is he in his bathrobe? It's a whole clan meeting.
They know we're in here now. Don't look at it.
Barbara, I'm gonna need you to help. I'm sorry. Barbara was a liability. Okay, Buki, that might be a little smart, but you gonna set the house on fire. Is the front door still open? Because they some smart zombies. They're gonna come around the front.
Get some more lights on in this house. Why don't you see if you can find some wood, some board, something there by the fireplace, something we can nail this place up.
Mona, like you said, and bodies don't burn that easy, and don't ask me why I know.
Look, I know you're afraid. I'm afraid too. But we have to try to board the house up together. Now, I'm going to board up the windows and the doors. Do you understand? We'll be all right here. We'll be all right here until someone comes to rescue us. But we'll have to work together. You'll have to help me. Now, I want you to go in and get some wood so I can board the place up. Do you understand? Okay? Okay?
If you don't slap that heifer. The zombie gene makes it easier to burn. There's some loud behind crickets. Them crickets so loud. There's a door open somewhere. Oh, she's pissing me off, y'all. She's pissing me off. You ain't got time to be sitting here battling and fiddling with some music boxes. It got my boy ripping wood panels off with his bare hands. Now she picking up kindling. Yeah. See, he done ripped up a whole door. What's she flinching for? That house not even small enough for you to feel claustrophobic yet. Like,
It's not that strong. Here, I want you to pick out some nails. Pick out the biggest ones you can find. There, this room looks pretty secure.
and y'all
If we have to, we
literally
can run in
don't
here and
have
board
to
up the
secure
doors.
the whole house. Like, y'all secure
Won't
the
be long for
perimeter
these things
and
to
then
be
you
back
find an
howling their
interior
way in
one.
here. They're afraid now. They're afraid of fire. I found that out. You know a place back down the road called Beekman's? Beekman's Diner? Anyhow, that's where I found that truck I have out there. There's a radio in the truck. I had jumped in to listen to it when a big gasoline truck came screaming right across the road with there must have been 10, 15 of those things chasing after it, grabbing and holding on. Now, I didn't see them at first. I could just see that the truck was moving in a funny way. And those things were catching up to it. The truck went right across the road. Slammed on my brakes to keep from hitting it myself.
She's too fragile
Went
for
right
me.
through the guardrail. I guess the driver must have cut off the road into that gas station by Beekman's Diner. It went right
What's
through
up,
the
Gory
billboard,
Tiger?
ripped over a gas pump and never stopped moving. By now it's like a moving bonfire. Didn't know if the truck was going to explode or what. Could still hear the man screaming. This thing is just backing away from it. I looked back at the diner to see if there was anyone there who could help me. It was when I noticed that
He should have got all the roles
entire
after
place
this
had been
because he
encircled.
is literally carrying. When we say carrying a
Wasn't
film
sign
on
of
his
life left
back,
except
he's carrying on his front and his back. He got two babies strapped to his
by now
chest.
there were no more screams. I realized that I was alone with 50 or 60 of those things, just standing there, staring at me. I started to drive. I just plowed right through them. They didn't move. They didn't run or just stood there staring at me. Just wanted to crush them. They scattered through the air like bugs.
We were riding in the cemetery, Johnny and me.
Oh, now she's talking.
We came to put a wreath on my father's grave. Johnny and he said, "Can I have some candy, Barbara?" We didn't have any. And oh, it's hot in here. Hot. And he said, "Oh, it's late. Why did we start so late?" And I said, "Johnny, if you'd gotten up earlier, we wouldn't be late." Johnny asked me if I were afraid. And I said, "I'm not afraid, Johnny." And then this man started walking up the road. He came slowly, and Johnny kept teasing me and saying, "He's coming to get you, Barbara." And I laughed at him and said, "Johnny, stop it." And then Johnny ran away. And I
He
went up to
looks
this
fed
man.
up. He's like, "Can you
and I was
help while
going
you're
to
doing this story
apologize.
time, please?"
Why don't you just keep calm?
And I looked up, and I said, "Goody." And he grabbed me. He grabbed me, and he ripped at me. He held me, and he ripped at my clothes.
I think you should just calm down.
Oh, I screamed, "Johnny! Johnny, help me! Oh, help me!" And he wouldn't let me go. He ripped. And then Johnny came and he ran and he fought this man. And I got so afraid. I ran. And Johnny didn't come. We have to wait for Johnny.
Girl, Johnny is dead. You ain't see Johnny bust his head on that rock.
We have to go out and get Johnny. He's out there. Please, don't you hear me? We've got to go out and get him. Please! We have got to go get Johnny! Please help me! Please!
Don't you know what's going on out there? This is no Sunday school picnic.
Don't you understand? My brother is alone!
Your brother is dead.
No! My brother is not dead! Oh. Oh.
As you should. This is the one time when it's okay to hit a woman because she's doing the most. You're not about to get both of us killed. So she better hope Johnny don't come. Okay? If Johnny come, he about ready to eat her brains.
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments. At this hour, we repeat, these are the facts as we know them. There is an epidemic of mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins. The murders are taking place in villages, cities, rural homes, and suburbs with no apparent pattern or reason for the slayings.
He lists in every category of neighborhood. This thing is happening
We
everywhere.
have some descriptions of the assassins. Eyewitnesses say they are ordinary-looking people. Some say they appear to be in a kind of trance. Others describe them as being... So, at this point, there is no really authentic way for us to say who or what to look for and guard yourself against. Misshapen monsters. Reaction of law enforcement officials is one of complete bewilderment at this hour. So far, we have been unable to determine that any kind of organized investigation is yet underway. Police, sheriff's deputies, and emergency ambulances are literally deluged with calls for help. The scene can best be described as mayhem. Mayors of Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Miami, along with the governors of several eastern and midwestern states, have indicated the National Guard may be mobilized at any moment, but that has not happened as yet. The only advice our reporters have been able to get from official sources is for private citizens to stay in their homes behind locked doors. Do not venture outside for any reason until the nature of this crisis has been determined and until we can advise what course of action to take. Keep listening to radio and TV.
They played
for any
these same
special
emergency
instructions
messages
as
in
this
The Walking
crisis
Dead.
develops further. Thousands of office and factory workers are being urged to stay at their places of employment, not to make any attempt to get to their homes. However, in spite of this urging and warning, streets and highways are packed with frantic people trying to reach their families or apparently to flee just anywhere. We repeat, the safest course of action at this time is simply to stay where you are. Ladies and gentlemen, we've just received word that the
I don't know why
president
he
has
didn't
called a
close the
meeting of
screen
his
door.
cabinet to deal with the sudden epidemic of murder which has seized the eastern third of this nation. The meeting is scheduled to convene within the hour. Members of the presidential cabinet will be joined by officials of the FBI and joint chiefs behind closed doors. The White House spokesman, in announcing this conference, says there will be an official announcement as soon as possible
Who did that
following
thing?
meeting. This is the latest dispatch just received in our newsroom. Latest word
I'm
also
sitting
from
thinking
National
myself right
Press
now.
Services
We
in
got
Washington,
some
D.C.
help in the house
now
this
tells us
week.
that the emergency presidential
I know where to
conference
get.
we've just mentioned
We got some hammers.
will include high-ranking scientists from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. That's the extent of this latest bulletin. Repeating, the President, members of his cabinet, the FBI, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and scientists from NASA.
Why they focusing on that little door? What's in there?
Radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country, including the one to which you're listening, have joined their facilities in an emergency network to bring you this news as it develops. We urge you to stay tuned to radio and
play
TV
no games,
and
Barbara.
to stay
Don't play no
indoors
games.
at all costs. Late reports reaching this newsroom tell of frightened people seeking refuge in churches, schools, and government buildings, demanding shelter and protection from the wholesale murder which apparently is engulfing much of the nation. Law enforcement officials are at a loss to explain or, even at this hour, even to theorize about the reasons for this wave of murder. So far, the advice we are able to give the public is something Chief T.K. Dunmore of Camden, North Carolina, was quoted as saying, quote,
I heard North Carolina.
to get off the streets. Tell them to go home and lock their doors and windows up tight. We don't know what kind of murder-happy characters we have here. End quote. This Chief Dunmore of Camden, North Carolina. So far, the only descriptions, the only clues anyone has.
I hope it's fall. She said it's summertime. She said it should be the first day of summer. Because so it was daylight savings or something.
And things that look like people but act like animals. Some eyewitnesses tell of seeing victims who look as though they had been torn apart. This whole ghastly story began developing 2 days ago with the report of the slaying of a family of 7 in their rural home near Gulf
So it's got to be like
Senseless killings began snowballing in a
late,
reign of terror
late
possessed by
May,
Scotch in an erratic, disconnected manner.
and she said it was 8 o'clock,
Efforts to keep track of the murder reports by the placing of
and it was
markers
still
on the
light
map
outside.
seem to indicate a general spreading from the extreme southeastern United States to the north and west. Our newsmen have been on the telephone talking with officials in other cities and have determined that none of this kind of mass murder has yet been reported west of the Mississippi River, except in the extreme southeastern portion of Texas. Similar killings have been reported around the Houston and Galveston areas, but nothing like...
I found a gun and some bullets out there.
It was only late yesterday
Oh,
that
and
it
these.
first became clear we were facing some kind of national emergency. When first reports began filtering in, newsmen and law enforcement agencies were of the opinion
This
that
place is boarded up pretty solid now.
in nature. However, as these
We ought to be all right here for a while.
dramatically, it was soon apparent that
We have
this
the
was
gun
something
and
more than the
bullets,
usual run of lawlessness.
food and the
Some
radio.
officials began to suspect an obscure kind of conspiracy.
Sooner or later, someone
Things as
bound to come and get us out.
creatures from outer space. So again, we join with law enforcement agencies, urging you to seek shelter in a building. Lock the doors and windows securely.
Hey, that's us. We're doing all right.
Cautious of any suspicious strangers. And keep tuned to your radio and television for survival instructions and further details of this continuing story.
Look, I don't know if you're hearing me,
Goes on in the absence of any law.
but I'm going upstairs now.
It's almost as though some critical balance of
If anything should try to break in here, I can hear it from up there. I'll be down to take care of it.
savage killers. We repeat, this radio station.
Everything is all right for now. I'll be back to reinforce the windows and doors later. But you'll be all right for now, okay? Okay.
Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers.
Yeah, go ahead and just pick her up and see if you can drag her into a bathtub or something. Don't leave her right there. They've had my boy working this movie for real. I mean, he was in there boarding up doors and windows.
Consistent reports from witnesses to the effect that people who acted as though they were in a kind of trance were killing and eating their victims prompted authorities to examine the bodies of some of the victims. Medical authorities in Cumberland have concluded that in all cases, the killers are eating the flesh of the people they murdered. Repeating this latest bulletin just received moments ago from Cumberland, Maryland, civil defense authorities have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers. Medical examination of victims' bodies shows conclusively that the killers are eating the flesh of the people they kill. And so this incredible story becomes more ghastly with each report. It's difficult to imagine such a thing actually happening, but these are the reports we have been receiving and passing on to you.
Yeah, he said
Reports which
he
have
said
been
Cumberland,
verified as
Maryland,
completely as is
but I
possible in this
definitely
confused
was.
situation.
I was in there
It
like,
is
okay,
happening. It
Cumberland
would appear that no
County.
one is safe from this wave of mass murder.
It would have been cool if he was talking about the Ville.
We're from town.
A
radio.
County, Pennsylvania. The Butler County Sheriff has verified that reports of murder victims being partially eaten by their slayers is true.
Y'all lazy behinds. Gonna let the black man do all the work. Y'all was down there the whole time.
That's the cellar. It's the safest place.
You mean you didn't hear the racket we were making up here?
How were we supposed to know what was going on? Could have been those things for all we knew.
That girl was screaming. Sure, you must know what a girl screaming sounds like. Those things don't make any noise. Anybody would know somebody ever needed help.
Look, it's kind of hard to hear what's going on from down there.
We thought we could hear screams, but for all we knew, that could have meant those things were in the house afterward.
And you wouldn't come up with
Lazy
help.
behinds.
Well, if there were more,
The racket sounded like the place was being ripped apart. How were we supposed to know what was going on?
Now, wait a minute. You just got finished saying you couldn't hear from down there. Now you say it sounded like the place was being ripped apart. It would be nice if you get your story straight, man.
All right, now you tell me. I'm not going to take that kind of a chance when we got a safe place. We luck into a safe place, and you're telling us we got to risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, why don't we settle this?
Look, mister, we came up. Okay, we're here. Now I suggest we all go back downstairs before any of those things find out we're in here.
They can't get in.
Ain't that just like somebody who was sitting there, didn't do none of the work, and like, oh, don't argue about it.
They won't be hard to fix.
You're insane.
We here now.
The cellar's the safest place.
I'm telling you, they can't get in here.
And I'm telling you, those things turned over our car. We were damn lucky to get away at all. Now you tell me those things can't get through this lousy pile of wood?
His wife and kids downstairs. The kid's hurt.
Well, I still think we're better off up here.
We could strengthen everything up, Mr. Cooper.
With all of us working, we can fix this place up in no time. We have everything we need up here.
We can take all that stuff downstairs with us. Man, you're really crazy, you know that? You got 1,000,000 windows up here. All these windows, you're gonna make them strong enough to keep these things out, huh?
I told you, those things don't have any strength. I smashed 3 of them and pushed another one out the door.
Did you hear me when I told you they turned over our car?
Oh, hell, any good 5 men can do that.
That's my point. Only there's not going to be 5 or even 10. There's going to be 20, 30, maybe 100 of those things. And as soon as they know we're here, this place is going to be crawling with them.
Well, if there are that many, they'll probably get us wherever we are.
Look, the cellar. The cellar, there's only one door, right? Just one door, that's all we have to protect. Tom and I fixed it so it locks and boards from the inside. But up here, all these windows, why, we'd never know where they were going to hit us next.
You got a point, Mr. Cooper. But down in the cellar, there's no place to run to. I mean, if they did get in, the back exit, we'd be done for. We can get out of here if we have to. And we got windows to see what's going on outside. But down there with no windows, if a rescue party did come, we wouldn't even know it.
But the cellar is the strongest place.
The cellar is a death trap.
I don't know, Mr. Cooper. I think he's right. You know how many's out there?
I don't know. Maybe 6 or
Such
7.
an allegory for
you two
like
can do whatever you like.
integration
I'm
and
going back down
civil
to the
rights
cellar,
and like
and
the
you better
old
decide.
side wants to do
Because I'm going to
things
board
the
up that
old
door,
way,
and
wants
I'm not
to
going to unlock it again no matter what
stay
happens.
away
Now,
and
wait a
stay
minute, Mr.
change.
No, I'm not going to wait.
And the young guys
I
like, I
made my
think he's right.
decision, now
Let's
you
do it.
make yours.
Now, wait a minute. Let's think about this. We can make it to the cellar if we have to. And if we do decide to stay down there, we'll need some things from up here. So let's at least consider this a while.
If you box yourself in the cellar and those things get in the house, you've had it. At least up here you have a fighting chance.
Yeah, it looks like about 8 or 10 out there now.
There's more than there were.
Well, y'all gotta turn
Back
off
to
those lights, boo boo. Like, light some candles and turn off the lights. Y'all got too much light down there. I hope those were fake hands. Go ahead and fire that gun, Dwayne.
Harry?
It's all right.
Harry, what's happening?
It's all right.
Shoot it in the brain. Dang. Y'all got a whole tribe rolling up on you. Oh, who is this naked? They just want to. They just want to see some booty.
We gotta fix these boards.
You're crazy. Those things are going to be at every window and door in this place. We've got to get down into the cellar.
Go down in your damn cellar. Get out of here!
I'm taking the girl with me.
You leave her here. Keep your hands off her. And everything else that's up here, too. Because if I stay up here, I'm fighting for everything up here. And the radio and the food is part of what I'm fighting for. Now, if you're going down the cellar, get.
The man's insane. He's insane. We've got to have food down there. We've got a right.
This is your house.
We've got a right.
You going down there with him?
Well,
Yes or no? This is your last chance. No beating around the bush.
Listen, I got a kid down there. She can't possibly. I couldn't bring her up here. She can't possibly take all the racket and those things smashing through the windows.
Well, you're her father. If you're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow you. It is tough for the kid that old man is so stupid. Now, you get the hell down in the cellar. You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
Yeah.
Bastards.
He said, I'm the
No, I'm gonna open
HNIC.
this door again. I mean it.
Mr. Cooper, with your help, we could...
With my help.
Let him go, man. His mind is made up. Just let him go.
Wait a minute. Judy, come on up here, honey.
You're gonna let them get hurt too, huh?
It's all right, honey. Go ahead. If we stick together, man, we can fix it up real good. There's lots of places we can run to up here. Mr. Cooper, we'd all be a lot better off if all three of us were working together.
Hey. Hey, kid.
Barbara just pissing me off for real.
He's wrong, you know.
Can you go into shock
boxing myself
after
in
y'all
down
have
there.
gotten to safety, please?
On the air day and night.
Well, we're safe now. It's boarded up tight.
What about Tom and Judy?
They want to stay up there, let them. There are two other people upstairs, a man and a girl.
We heard the screaming.
Yeah, but I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't about to take any unnecessary chances.
Of course not, Harry.
Is she all right?
I don't know what it is. She feels warm. Maybe it's shock.
Where'd you get the bandage?
Some laundry in a basket. I tore a sheet.
Let them stay upstairs. Let them. Too many ways those monsters can get in up there. We'll see who's right. We'll see when they come begging me to let them in down here.
That's important, isn't it?
What?
To be right, everybody else to be wrong.
What do you mean by that?
Ooh, she's sick of him.
Does anyone up there know why we're being attacked?
Whatever it isn't just happening here.
She's been ready for a
Some
divorce.
kind
You
of
can hear it in her
mass
voice.
murder. It's going on everywhere. The radio said to stay inside.
Radio?
Radio upstairs. I heard a news bulletin.
There's a radio upstairs and you boarded us in down here?
I know what I'm doing.
What did it say?
Nothing. Nothing. They don't know anything yet. There's mass murder everywhere, and people are supposed to look for a safe place to hide.
Take the boards off that door.
We are staying down here, Helen.
Harry, that radio is at least some kind of communication. If the authorities know what's happening, well, they'll send people for us so they tell us what to do. How are we going to know what's going on if we lock ourselves in this dungeon? We may not enjoy living together, but dying together isn't going to solve anything.
Oh,
Those
look,
people
I
are enemies.
haven't even seen this movie. She acting because I could tell her voice when she was done.
Let's go up. Tom? Yeah. If Judy would come downstairs for a few minutes, Harry and I could come upstairs.
Okay, yeah, right away.
Being married to the wrong man is a death sentence.
Will you do it?
Ain't that the truth?
Look, honey, nothing's gonna get done with them down there and us up here. Do this for me. Okay, open up.
I'll take good care of her, Helen. She's all I have. Why don't you go upstairs now?
Her brother was killed.
Hey, give me a hand with this thing.
I gotta go help Ben with the television.
Don't be afraid of me. I'm Helen Cooper, Harry's wife.
This place is ridiculous. Look at this. There's a million weak spots up here. Give me one of those.
Her brother was killed.
And they talk about these windows. I can't see a damn thing. There could be 15 million of those things out there. That's how much good these windows are.
Why don't you do something to help somebody?
I know that's right. She done.
Here I have it. Drag a couple of those chairs together.
There's a socket over here. You better watch this and try to understand what's going on. I don't want anyone's life on my hands.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't want to hear any more from you, mister. If you stay up here, you take orders from me. And that includes leaving the girl alone.
It's on, it's on.
There's no sound. Play with the rabbit ears.
Reports, incredible as they seem, are not the results of mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. What do they think? We're imagining all this?
Shut up!
In all parts of the country. The wave of murder which is sweeping the eastern third of the nation is being committed by creatures who feast upon the flesh of their victims. First eyewitness accounts of this grisly development came from people who were understandably frightened and almost incoherent. Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted. The medical examinations of some of the victims bore out the fact that they had been partially devoured. I think we have some late word just arriving, and I'll interrupt to bring this to you. This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
It has been
What Washington
established
got to
that
say?
persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. A widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact. When this emergency first began, radio and television was advising people to stay inside, behind locked doors for safety. Well, that situation has now changed, and we're able to report a definite course of action for you. Civil defense machinery has been organized to provide rescue stations with food, shelter, medical treatment, and protection by armed National Guardsmen. Stay tuned to the broadcasting stations in your local area for this list of rescue stations. This list will be repeated throughout our news coverage. Look for the name of the rescue station nearest you and make your way to that location as soon as possible.
So we have that truck. If we can get some gas, we can get out of here.
There's a pump out by the shed.
I know, that's why I pulled in here, but it's locked.
Called this afternoon by the President. Since convening this conference of the Presidential Cabinet, the FBI, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the CIA has not produced any public information. Why are space experts being consulted about an Earth-bound emergency? So far, all the betting on the answer to that question centers on the recent Explorer satellite shot to Venus. That satellite, you'll recall, started back to Earth, but never got here. That's the space vehicle which orbited Venus and then was purposely destroyed by NASA when scientists discovered it was carrying a mysterious high-level radiation with it. Could that radiation be somehow responsible for the wholesale murders we're now suffering? Newsman Don Quinn in Washington has posed those questions.
It's obvious our best move is to try to get out of here.
How are you going to get over to that pump?
Look.
You're coming from a meeting regarding the explosion of the Venus probe, is that right?
Yes, that was the subject of the meeting.
You feel there is a connection between this and the phenomenon?
There's a definite connection.
In other words, you feel that the radiation on the Venus probe is enough to cause these mutations?
There was a very high degree of radiation.
Well, just a minute. I'm not sure that that's certain at all. I don't think that has been
logical explanation that we have at this time.
In other words, it is the military's viewpoint that the radiation is not the cause of the mutation.
I can't speak for the entire military at this time, gentlemen.
This seems to
I must disagree with these gentlemen presently until this is irrefutably proved.
Everything is being done that can be done.
We'll have to hurry for our next meeting.
Is it really?
And Professor, you feel that there is a definite connection between them?
Definite connection as far as Dr. Keller and myself.
Doctor, please. I thought we decided that is not proved yet.
Was the satellite, when the satellite was exploded?
An unusual amount of radiation, enough to cause mutation under certain circumstances.
Could have happened.
Have a bearing on it.
It does seem to have a bearing on it.
Will there be a reply for the
Later?
Yes.
There will be a reply.
Yes.
Later this afternoon. There will be a report this afternoon.
Perhaps there will be a report.
Yes.
A
Later.
full report. Will you close the window?
We are doing everything possible to solve the problem.
We're hoping to get some further explanation of this.
We've heard all we need to know. We have to try to get out of here.
He said the rescue stations have doctors and medical supplies. If we could get care in there, we could get help for her.
Romero is one of the world's foremost authorities on space science and technology.
Willard. I saw a sign that said Willard.
It's only about 17 miles from here.
You know this area. You from around here?
Judy and I are both from around here. We were on our way up to the lake to go swimming. And Judy had a radio, and we heard the first reports about this. So we knew the old house was here, and we came in and found the lady upstairs dead. Then these other people came. We went down into the basement and put a bar across the door, and it is pretty strong.
How could we possibly get away from here? We've got a sick child, 2 women, 1 woman out of her head, 3 men, and the place is surrounded with these things.
For NASA. Dr. Grimes, your entire staff, I know, has been working very hard to find some solution to these things that are happening. Do you have any answers at this time?
Yes, we have some answers. But first, let me stress the importance of seeking medical attention for anyone who's been injured in any way. We don't know yet what complications might result from such injuries.
How bad has your kid been hurt?
Good advice, Doctor. Now, how about the basic problem of patients?
Look, you go down there and tell Judy? Yeah, you tell Judy to come up here and you stay with the kid, all right?
In the cold room at the university, we had a cadaver from which all 4 limbs had been amputated. Sometime early this morning, it opened its eyes and began to move its trunk. It was dead, but it opened its eyes and tried to move.
They want you upstairs. Did she ask for me?
She hasn't said anything.
I don't understand. Baby. It's Mommy.
I heard. I'll come back down as soon as I find out what they want.
Thank you, Judy.
They want to tell you
Body
that
should be
that
disposed
that,
of at
that
once,
Karen
preferably
done
by
been
cremation.
infected.
Well, how long after death, then, does the body become reactivated?
It's only a matter of minutes.
Minutes? Well, that doesn't give people time to make any arrangements.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't give them time to make funeral arrangements. The bodies must be carried to the street and burned. They must be burned immediately. Soak them with gasoline and burn them. The bereaved will have to forego the dubious comforts that a funeral service will give. They're just dead flesh and dangerous.
I see.
Judy, I need you to find some bedspreads or sheets to tear up into small strips, okay? Is there a fruit cellar here?
Yes.
We need some bottles or jars. Make Molotov cocktails and hold them off while we try to escape.
Hey, there's a big can of kerosene down there.
I'll see what I can find.
I'll look for the bottles.
There's a big key ring down there. There may be a key to the gas pump on it.
I'll check.
We can toss the cocktails from a window upstairs. Meantime, a couple of us can go out and try to get the gas and come back for the rest of the people.
But that'll leave a door open someplace.
Yeah, that's right. It better be this door. It's closer to the truck. Before we go out, we'll put some supplies behind the cellar door. While we're gone, the rest of you can hold up in there.
I found some fruit jars in the cellar. And there's a key on here that's labeled for the gas pump out back.
I'm not really that used to the truck. I found it abandoned.
I can handle the truck, no sweat.
You're it, then. You and I'll go. We'll put whatever lumber we find behind the cellar door. You can go upstairs and toss the cocktails from a window. Tom, you and I will have to unboard this door. After you toss the cocktails, you hustle back down here and lock this door. It's no good to board it up because we'll have to get back in quickly. After we get the gas and get back into the house, then we'll worry about getting everybody into the truck. Now let's move it.
No place to flee for safety, except to the rescue stations which have been set up. Indications are that before this
Get that not on his
emergency is over,
head.
we will need many, many more such rescue stations.
You always have a smile for me. How can you smile like that all the time? How many do you have done? Come on, honey, we gotta move.
Tom, are you sure about the phone?
The phone is dead out. All you get is a recorded message.
If I could only call the folks. They're going to be so worried about us.
It'll be all right. As soon as we get to Willard, we'll call them. They might even be there.
I know.
When I think of Willard, I think of Ben. I don't know if y'all have ever seen Ben.
Are you sure we're doing the right thing,
With the
Tom?
mice.
What, about getting out of here?
Yeah.
Well, the television said that's the right thing to do. We've got to get to a rescue station.
I don't know.
Come on, honey, you're starting to sound like Mr. Cooper now.
But why do you have to go out there?
Look, I know how to handle that truck, and I can handle the pump. Ben doesn't know anything about that stuff.
But we're safe in here.
For how long, honey? We're safe now. But there's going to be more and more of those things.
I know all that.
Hey, listen. Remember when we had the big flood? Remember how difficult it was for us to convince you that it was right to leave? Remember? Remember we had to go to Willard then? This isn't a passing thing, honey. It's not like just a wind passing through. We've got to do something, and fast.
I just don't want you to go out there, that's all.
Hey, Smiley. Where's that big smile for me? Boy, you're sure no use at all, are you? We've got work to do, honey. And you...
We better get her downstairs.
We have to go downstairs now, Barbara.
She's right. You have to go downstairs now, just for a little while, until we get back.
Then we can all leave.
Oh, I'd like to leave. Yes.
Barbara has given nothing in this part.
Good luck.
Yeah.
You ready upstairs? Yeah. Okay, toss him.
I wonder how many people got hurt while they were looking there. Okay, stop, drop, and roll, baby. I ain't about getting burned in real life.
Go ahead, go on.
Kick him, kick him.
I'm going with him.
Get back in the cellar.
I'm going.
It's too late. It's too late.
Unless you're coming, come on. Get in.
Do I get in the back of the truck? He's stressing me out. Now, you were kind of thinking before. Now, you got these people with you. Now you act like you can't think. And y'all slow motion moving.
This key won't work.
Watch it. Watch the torch.
You gotta get away from the pump. Hang on.
Now, turn your crazy get out of the trap.
You just want to take off.
Get out of here. Come on, come on.
I took the car.
Hey, chat, hook me up with I'm here, and let me know if you are still keeping up video in now. You couldn't hear me? It's okay, I think I went out on my end a little bit. I think it's okay. Dang, I'm sad about Tom and Judy because Tom was a real one. He was at least trying to help for a little bit. All right, y'all stop fighting. Y'all get
Go out there and feed you those things.
I was like, what are they fighting over? Rope? Intestines? I hope it's tasty.
Isn't it 3 o'clock yet? There's supposed to be another broadcast at 3 o'clock.
10 minutes.
Oh, only 10 more minutes? We don't have very long to wait. We can leave. Well, we better leave soon. It's 10 minutes to 3.
You know anything about this area at all? I mean, is Willard the nearest town?
I don't know. We were just trying to get to a motel before dark.
You say those things turned your car over. You think we can get it back on its wheels and drive it? Where is it?
Seems like it was pretty far away. Seems like we ran.
Forget it. It's at least a mile.
Johnny has the keys.
You gonna carry that child a mile through that army of things out there?
I can carry the kid. What's wrong with her? How'd she get hurt?
One of those things grabbed her.
Bit her on the arm.
What's wrong?
Who knows what kind of disease those things carry? Is she conscious?
Barely.
She can't walk. She's too weak.
Mm.
Well, one of us could try to get to the car.
You gonna turn it over by yourself?
You can't start the car. Johnny has the keys.
You have a car? Where? Where is it?
You won't be able to start it.
Yeah, I know. But where is it?
Why he playing with the intestines like that?
Good Lord.
Being monitored closely by scientists at all the radiation detection stations. At this hour, they report the level of the mysterious radiation continues to increase steadily. So long as this situation remains, government spokesmen warn that dead bodies will continue to be transformed into the flesh-eating ghouls. All persons who die during this crisis, from whatever cause, will come back to life to seek human victims unless their bodies are first disposed of by cremation. Our news cameras have just returned from covering such a search and destroy operation against the ghouls, this one conducted by Sheriff Conan McClellan in Butler County, Pennsylvania. So now let's go to that film report. All law enforcement agencies and the military have been organized to search out and destroy the marauding ghouls. The Survival Command Center at the Pentagon has disclosed that a ghoul can be killed by a shot in the head or a heavy blow to the skull. Officials are quoted as explaining that since the brain of a ghoul has been activated by the radiation, the plan is kill the brain and you kill the ghoul.
What do you think from the supply wagon, Gus?
No, we're all right. Hey, Cass, put that thing all the way in the fire. We don't want it getting up again. All right, I got you.
Chief McClellan, how's everything going?
Oh, things aren't going too
Kill
bad.
the brain.
We're taking
Kill
it
the
pretty
ghoul.
good. You want to get on the other side of the road over there?
Chief, do you think we'll be able to defeat these things?
Well, we killed 19 of them today right in this area. Those last 3 we caught trying to claw their way into an abandoned shed. They must have thought somebody was in there. There wasn't, though. We heard them making all kind of noise. We came over and beat them off, blasted them down. Chief, as soon as you're finished, can I see you here? Yeah, okay.
Chief, if I were surrounded by 6 or 8 of these things, would I stand a chance with them?
Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot them in the head. That's a sure way to kill them. If you don't, get yourself a club or a torch. Beat them or burn them. They go up pretty easy.
Well, Chief McClellan, how long do you think it will take you until you get the situation under control?
Well, that's
Why does it look like daylight wherever they are and dark everywhere else?
Kill them.
Are they slow moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Well, in time, would you say you ought to be able to wrap this up in 24 hours?
Well, we don't really know. We know we'll be into it most of the night, probably into the early morning. We're working our way toward Willard, and we'll team up with the National Guard over there, and then we'll be able to give a more definite view.
Thank you very much, Chief McClellan. This is Bill Cardill, WIC TV 11 News. Thank you, Bill, for that report.
Like they were real ones, Bill would have just got attacked by a zombie
How
just in
long
that
it may
moment.
take to kill off all the flesh eaters, so long as the heavy rain.
Is the fuse box in the cellar?
I don't know. It isn't the fuse. The power lines are down. Helen, I have to get that gun.
Haven't you had enough?
Look, 2 people are dead already on account of that guy. Take a look out that window. Get...
can just hear Vincent Price now. Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood. And who shall ever shout darkness falls or glittering down? But stand and face the hounds of hell, or rocks inside a corpse shell.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You want to stay up here now? Helen, get the cellar. Get the cellar now. Move!
Now, I don't know if I agree with Dwayne on this one, Ben on this one, because it's about 20 to 30 of them outside. Oh, dang, man. We had to shoot that man in front of his ex-wife. Well, you want to be down there with Karen. Barbara.
Karen?
Oh, she ate Daddy. Oh, no.
Oh, baby.
Baby, please. Yeah.
Baby.
Bust upside her head. These zombies, they know how to pick up weapons. They said we don't just kill with our bare hands. Oh, that's a really cool shot how it looks like the shadow actually looks like the blade and looks like it's going down into her throat. Talk about a bad scene. If in a zombie apocalypse, if my kid gets bit, am I killing the baby or hiding the bite from others until you can't hide it anymore? If it's something that we've known about for a while and I think I can get into somebody who can help, yes. I feel like I've watched enough zombie lore that I would probably I would just put them down. And I would look at it as like a mercy. It would be hard. But I think I would just put them down. Because at the end of the day, it's like anything that your child does. Like if your child goes up and becomes a criminal, you feel guilty about that. I would not want to be thinking about the fact that my kid might be out here eating people's brains. But I think I would amputate first. I would be like, first, okay, we out here, we ain't got no help for you. We trying to run as soon as we can. Let's cut this bad boy off and carterize it and see if we can do something. But I think my survival instinct is when I saw Karen and she didn't ate her daddy. Mind you, I'm gonna need you to bash him upside the head, please. Please bash him upside the head. Yes, because he's coming back to life. Bash him upside the head. I think the minute that I saw her eating her daddy, that would be it. It would have to be it. It would have to be it because my survival instinct would kick in, and I'd be like, I gotta save myself. She gonna come back too. Bust her upside her head. He said all you gotta do is bash the head in. You ain't even gotta waste your bullets. What is he doing? He was like stumbling around. Bash the people's head in and keep pushing. Come on. Bust him upside the head one good time. And the little girl, where's she at? Oh yeah, he already got her. It's hurt him. That was The Walking Dead. That was The Walking Dead because as soon as they thought for a second that Lord, why I can't remember nobody's name now? What's my boy's name? Herschel. I didn't even have to finish typing Herschel. As soon as Herschel got bit, they was like, no! We gotta try to save Herschel. I mean, he had a little bit of money for this movie because he done got helicopters. See, it's the black and white movie. It's the old time ambulances.
Hey, Vince, Al,
it's the dogs.
I want to get about 4 or 5 men and a couple dogs. There's a house over here behind those trees. We want to go check it out.
I feel like Selma, Montgomery,
yeah, Chief, we're going to
Busway
stay with it till we meet up with the National Guard.
Where'd you get the coffee?
One of the volunteers. You're doing all the work. You take it.
Thank you. We should be wrapped up here about 3 or 4 more hours. We'll probably get into Willard then. I guess you can go over there and meet the National Guard. Nick, you and the rest of these men want to come with me?
I know they're tired, though.
To see what's happening. All right, Steve, tell them we're going to stay with it, and everything appears to be under control.
They need you down there by the barn. You guys can follow the wagon down. I only need a few men to check out the house. Somebody had a cookout here, Vince.
Yeah, sure looks like it, Cal.
Not them calling it a cookout. That's janky. Yeah.
Get out there. Nick, Tony, Steve, you want to get out in that field and build me a bonfire? You, drag that out of here and throw it on the fire. Nothing down here. All right, go ahead down and give him a hand. Let's go check out the house. There's something there. I heard a noise. All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes. Good shot. Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.
You can't tell me that. I mean, you can't tell me George Romero definitely is wanting us to make these parallels. Like going to the still photographs and it's giving very much like lynch mob. And then this as like very similar to Candyman. And then the hooks.
Come ahead with the motorcycle, please. Let's go back there. That's the way. Hey, Randy, light these torches over here. People in the back, way in the back.
I mean, yeah, you have no choice but to give Romero his praise. You have to, because even though like the cinematography isn't necessarily the best, even though it's not like super high tech, even for 1968 with regards to like the makeup and the special effects, like it's still, especially for an independent film, doing a lot. I feel like Dwayne definitely he clocked in. He clocked in into Ben. He clocked in. He definitely showed up to work. I don't know what Barbara was doing. And yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like when we talk about horror movies, and especially when we talk about like ones that aren't based around literature, like you could kind of say Frankenstein, stuff like that. That's all based on literature. There's all literary themes, and somebody sat down and thought about messages. But sometimes with like the horror genre, especially as it was like kind of finding its legs, it was more like, ooh, spooky, scary, ooh, like what can we do that would be spooky and scary and not necessarily a message? And you could definitely tell George was trying to deliver a message. Kente said Dwayne Jones, excellent. Louis Keith Stanford or Jonathan Majors would be good. Good in the movie if they did like a remake of this. I'm not seeing it for Jonathan. Definitely said our folks refuse to let Jonathan Majors go. I'm not seeing this for Jonathan because even if Jonathan is able to truly redeem himself and like do the work, right? Like I am the kind of person, I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater, but I genuinely don't think he's done the work that he would need to do. Regardless of how you feel about how that situation played out, like just to know that you were a contributing factor or to that toxicity, I don't think that he's done the work. Just from what I've even heard out of his own mouth. Maybe he has, but I haven't heard it. That said, I don't want to see him in any other like Captain Save a White Girl roles. I don't want that for it. I don't want that. Lakeith, interesting choice, maybe. I could see Lakeith. Lakeith, though, as strong as he is, there are some moments, and it just depends on the project, where I think he kind of phones it in and it's not as strong. And he kind of gets by on the fact that he's naturally kooky and he just kind of always plays himself. Who I would like to see in this role, if they were going to give it a new remake, because there's already been a remake there's already been a remake in terms of this movie. But who would I like to see? Yeah, Tony. I mean, Tony. I haven't watched Tony's version yet, so now that I've watched this one, I can go watch Tony's version, because that's the only reason I did know about both. Hadn't watched this one, and so I hadn't watched Tony's version. None of the OG horror movies we get now are as scary or entertaining as the OGs like Exorcist, Alien, or Night of the Living Dead. There are some, but I do feel like it's a fine line. I feel like on the timeline of horror movies, where you have like well-made, full-length feature, well-budgeted, fully supported horror movies. You have horror comedy and then you have your serious horror. And I just feel like, to me, when we talk about like horror comedy slasher, within the last 30 years, it's going to be Scream. And nothing has fully clocked into what Scream has been able to do. There have been a couple of ones that have done nice homages to it or come close to it, but nothing has done what that movie was able to do. And then for like super, super serious, just straight horror, I don't watch a lot of like the Conjuring, Insidious type movies. I've heard that those are good. I don't know. But I would say in terms of like fully scary, it's hard to balance a message in a fully scary movie, I think. So I would agree with you wholeheartedly. And yeah, I agree with this 100%. Definitely. The Tony Todd was the perfect one to play the role of remake. We don't need another, certainly not with Lakeith. Yeah. I almost want to say, but again, same problems that I would have with anybody. I almost want to say Donald Glover. I almost want to say Donald Glover might be an interesting, if in terms of like known actors, he might be an interesting choice just to kind of do something new. Scream was released 30 years ago, though. I mean, you're right. Like, I mean, because even the new Candyman, as much as I enjoyed it, it didn't knock it all out of the park. It did some things really well, but everything is derivative now. So I think that, I mean, and Scream was a little bit derivative, right? But it was John being derivative of himself. And was that John? Make sure I'm not getting my horror movie legends mixed up. Wes, that was Wes. I'm so sorry, Wes. That was Wes Craven being derivative of himself with like, and how did I forget that? Because there's literally a Freddy Krueger sequence and scene with Wes playing. I'm bugging. It's late. Don't judge me. I do 100% agree that a lot of stuff is derivative because it's really hard to tell a new message. And I want to say, I will nod to last week's watch party with Get Out, because I will say that Jordan Peele is possibly the closest with trying to deliver a slightly new message, but the movie did lack in the horror element for me. So message, it's like that balance is just not there. The Conjuring or whatever Patrick Wilson movies you just named were not of this kind. Good movies though. See, and I would not know because I don't, I try to stay away from the woo. I'm a horror girly, but when it comes to the woo, I don't mess around too much with that because I'll be a little on my scary side. I'll be a little, and I'm looking right now, looking through the movies that they have on YouTube for next week, and I'm seeing a whole lot of like Insidious. I'm just like, well. Don't know that I plan to watch any of those. But yeah, this was great though. I really enjoyed watching Night of the Living Dead with you guys tonight. And certainly like anytime we can find something that's in the public domain and watch it, I'm definitely going to be down for that. I got to scour the domain for more films for maybe like later on next month. I haven't found anything yet, so I'll have something before the end of the month. But I'm thinking for next week's watch along, it's a movie that I haven't seen. And I fully anticipate this not being a good movie. Okay, let me just be upfront with that right now. I fully anticipate this not being a good movie. That said, I'm thinking next week we go. Make sure. How long is this? Okay, so I'm thinking next week we go for a back-to-back. Next week we do an oldie but a goodie, and we do The Craft. And then the week after we do The Craft Legacy, because I avoided watching Legacy, so I haven't seen Legacy. So I'm anticipating Legacy being really bad. So let's do The Craft next week, and then Legacy the week after that, and then the third week I'll have something for the public domain that we can look at together fully on screen, if that sounds okay. I feel like there's never, I mean, me personally, The Craft is not new, but I feel like there's never a bad time to watch The Craft. It is completely a comfort movie. Not true horror in the way of like jump scare, but still really good. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There's another movie that I am interested in, but I don't know if I feel like I can get my hands on the craft easier, and I don't know if this next movie will be available. So I'm going to hold on to that just for a little bit longer. Definitely said I avoided Legacy 2, but for you, I will watch it just to talk. Okay, I feel like we'll get the craft. It'll be good. We'll get Legacy. It'll be like us hamming it up. Okay. We'll be hamming it up for Craft Legacy, okay? Tomorrow we'll be watching Jumanji, and I haven't I was having the hardest time with putting together the thumbnail for it. I don't know why, but I really, really was. That said, we had Jumanji on the roster, and then it wasn't showing up. But it is on YouTube. So we'll be watching tomorrow Jumanji on YouTube. It is a little bit longer, an hour and 44, but we will watch that tomorrow. Okay. Jumanji is a forgotten classic, and I don't appreciate that. Yeah. And I'll be honest. I love Jumanji so much. I have not seen any of the new ones, because I'm also not that big of a Kevin Hart fan, and I'm not a Kevin Hart and The Rock. So I haven't watched the new ones. But for Throwback Thursday, we're going to be watching Jumanji, the original, the OG with Robin Williams. So hopefully that will be a great time. Young Kirsten Dunst, Bonnie Hunt, Jonathan Hyde. It's going to be lovely. Me neither, same. Yeah, some stuff wasn't supposed to be touched. Some stuff we knew it was classic when it hit. We knew when we hit, we was like, yeah, this is the one. And they didn't need to mess with it. Same, friend. We are the same person, okay? All right, well, it is 10:07 on the dot. Those are my birthday numbers. And so I'm going to leave. Hope you have a great night. Darflene, as always, thank you for being a real one. Mona, thank you for swinging on through and watching with us. Thank you to Gory Tiger for recommending that we watch something in the public domain, okay? And for all of the real ones out there, I will see you next time, okay? All right, good night. Toodles.